quick break here?
No,
not
here we go.
Bring her in right now.
Terri
Right.
Lonowski, founder of Soulful Listening.
Yes.
TEDx speaker. Let's bring her in. Good morning.
Hey, Terri.
Good morning. It's so nice to see both of you.
You too.
Same here. So, soul listening, and this is about soul ties in here. And give us an example, because Shannon needs a lesson in soul listening, in my opinion. All right? Lesson her.
Okay, well, soulful listening is really connecting on a deeper level that's so needed right now. There's such a prevalence of loneliness and disconnect. And so the soulful listening approach incorporates 5 different elements that holistically really look at a higher level of communication. And maybe it would be helpful for me to just kind of skim over those 5.
Just do it, please.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yes.
So the first one is self-care. And you don't often hear self-care spoken of in connection with communication. But I think you can remember a time when you had a little more rest, maybe you've had good nutrition for a few days, and you're more emotionally available for others.
Yeah. That's true.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes. And so it's also, the kind of self-talk that we're having.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of bring that into play. Self-care is more than a bubble bath, although it could include that. And then this leads into the second element of soulful listening, which is becoming fully present.
Ooh,
that's a big challenge for most people with ADD and all these medals from the chemtrails.
That's me. I'm wicked ADD. I'm like, I'm looking at you and nodding, but my brain's do.
Well, you're not alone. I imagine we can all think of times when we've been in a conversation with somebody who can almost see the laundry list of things they're thinking about. Not us.
Yes.
And so to become fully present may sound a little abstract. So why don't we just take a minute and go through an exercise I love to share with people at live events.
Let's do it, Terri.
Yes.
Let's do it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 intentional breaths. Okay. The way that we'll do that is breathe in through our nose, we'll hold, and then we'll breathe out through our mouth. And as we're doing this, notice the warmth in your heart area.
Last time I did this, I puked my baby out in one push. Just saying. All right, I'm ready.
Impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's breathe in through our nose. 1. Hold. Out through your mouth.
Tim, don't breathe so loud in the microphone.
2. In through your nose. Hold. Out through your mouth. And a 3rd time. In through your nose. Hold. Out through your mouth. Notice how your body feels now.
Yeah.
Wiggle your toes.
More relaxed.
It feels good. And my bad energy's out.
Yes.
Yeah.
The demon's
Back
gone
on
from Shannon.
him.
The demon's gone from Shannon. Well, okay, so keep going. This is wonderful.
And so we're all more fully present now.
Yes.
Your listeners, your viewers, and us.
Yes.
I hope people don't do that while driving. Or maybe that's a safe thing, huh?
It is safe.
Just gotta keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that sets us up for the 3rd element, which is a hybrid of active listening and empathy. So if these 2 had a child, it would be this element.
Okay.
And it's all in listening, where we listen with every fiber of our being through all of our senses and sources of gathering information, to tuning into more than just words, more than body language.
Yes.
And the Urban Dictionary describes this type of listening as quantum listening. And when we listen on this deeper level, we often gain insights into how we might be helpful to others.
Yeah.
Which tees us up for the 4th element, which is the secret sauce.
Oh.
And it's taking inspired action. When we have these deeper conversations, we often gain insights to where we might be able to make a phone call for another, make a connection. We all have access to resources that can be of enormous value to another.
Right. I love that.
And
Keep going. Keep going.
Well, and the Dalai Lama shares that our prime purpose in this life is to help others. Yeah, and so that's what we're doing.
I agree with that.
Well, the problem is
testimonies. Jesus turns ashes into beautiful roses. Go ahead.
Why is that so important? What you're saying is because we are such a self-focused and non-present culture, especially here in America, that we're always thinking about what we can get out of something. And very seldom we truly do an connected,
So you just said that we're very selfish.
Yes.
So is looking inward completely a selfish thing? What's the difference between looking inward to like fix yourself, but looking inward could also be selfish when you're just only caring about yourself? Because you just said that we have to help others, right?
Right, and so let me go ahead and go. Let me.
Unconfuse us, please.
I understood what I was saying.
Okay, let's bring the whole cycle together and go to the fifth element, and the fifth is the feedback loop, and that's letting a person know that you've taken inspired action on their behalf, no strings attached.
Okay.
Imagine how good that will feel.
Yeah.
And as this cycle is repeated, and these 5 elements become just part of the way you're interacting, it embeds integrity and confidence within relationships. So imagine going back to a person, once they've heard a need that you've had, they've taken some action, they've let you know. The next time you enter into a conversation with them, you take a breath, you're connected. You'll open up even further. And you ask the question, well, what about, do we look inward? I would submit we can soulfully listen to ourselves too.
And most of us don't. In fact, we don't listen to ourselves. We don't even realize the self-talk, the hated self-talk we're saying to ourselves. The fear-based self-talk is just out of this world. I mean, just listen to Shannon the last 15 minutes. But I'm just saying that I'm saying the self-talk is so crazy that we really don't listen to ourselves. We don't. And I say soulful listening that you teach, Terri, is probably more important for yourself, and not a selfish way, in an awakening, an awareness way, how we need to do that. And I think if we could soul listen to ourselves, we'll be able to soul listen to others easier, in my opinion.
Right, and then once you do hear yourself, or you have like dissonance within inside, cognitive dissonance. I'm not going to go into all of that, but when you have that unrest within yourself, and you take action, you then believe that those signals that you're getting are of value. You've told yourself through your actions. So I just wanted to kind of underscore that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love your energy. I can feel it. You've calmed us down.
Yes.
Thank you so much. How can people come on the journey with you?
Well, my website's a really good way to connect with me. And I just completed a TEDx talk, and it should be released January 2022. Wow. And I'll put the link on my website. So that would be a really easy way. And, I do have one little, I don't know.
Advice?
Just say it.
Just pearl of wisdom to leave with everybody.
All right.
One thing, one soulful listening conversation can change the trajectory of a life in the world forever. And so just imagine who matters most to you, that you want to have an important conversation with, that you want to let know that you've heard them. Begin one soulful listening conversation at a time. Simply take a breath and listen.
I love that.
I love
Thank you.
Thank you, Terri. Wonderful. This is incredible. I know, and really puts me in another perspective. And just because I love that we're doing soul listening right now, right before we get into good news. So, guys, you're gonna want to listen to